Mate, what is with all these NRL fantasy podcasts? They all sound the fucking same. Welcome to the echo chamber.
Good evening and welcome to the NRL Fantasy Podcast, the Echo Chamber. I'm one of your hosts this evening, Bryce. Eddy should be joining us at some time during this podcast. He's just running a bit late. But really, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good man. Clearly, I'm one of the only dedicated podcasters here, with Eddy just making a no-show. Very disappointing.
Mate, life is busy for everybody. Life is busy. At the moment, I am sitting in stormy Cairns. I have decided to come for a family holiday right as a tropical cyclone is moving this way. And speaking of tropical cyclones, I fucking destroyed everybody last week, mate. I got a score of 10, what was it, 1004, 1003? No, 1004. Round rank of 418. That's going in the resume, mate, up on the wall on a plaque. And I've moved into overall rank of 1090. So
Hey, got to get Mum to put that on the fridge. Very impressive.
Yeah. I'd also just like to quick shout out to Jay-Z, who I beat by 1 point, mate. He got 1,003, so the comeback is on for the back-to-back rank 10 man. But yeah, how'd you go, mate? Pretty solid week?
Yeah, I've done pretty much the same each week. I've done okay. I haven't had a big boom week, but each week I've climbed ranks. I finally got myself into the top 1,000. I'm currently sitting rank 540.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm hoping to have a big week at some point come for me. But yeah, I'm happy with my progress.
Yeah. Guess we'll just get straight into the team list. First game of the round is the Cowboys and the Manly teams. Bit of relevant news with the Cowboys. Sonny Luke, if you're looking for like a one-game cashy, if you own the Sharks hooker potential there, he gets 80 this week. And then also Thomas McKaylee, although I think a couple of his games have been injury affected, that's why he's had inflated minutes. And I'm probably actually looking a little bit more into it after being pretty high. Thinking maybe he's a trap, mate. I don't think he's going to get the
It's a bit of
minutes.
a mirage.
Yeah.
Like, we all got kind of excited because we heard Peyton say, he's the future of the club. We've seen his minutes grow. He's 28, and I'm sick of listening to Peyton just promise one thing, like giving Mahoney's an 80-minute hooker, and then fucking pulling the blankets on us.
Yeah.
I think I'm done with trusting a word he says. Like, it'd be nice to have a cash-out mid, given there's really no mid options that aren't, high-end. But I don't see his minutes being consistent. I think they were big inflated last week due to some injuries, including Mahoney's HIA. But I don't know. Not convinced.
Sam McIntyre is also back this week in that number 14 Guernsey, so it is a pretty stacked middle. I mean, seeing your boy Kai O'Donnell named at edge again, even though he didn't score very well in these 70 minutes. Yeah, I just think Thomas McKaylee could potentially be a bit of a trap for people.
Yeah.
People who aren't a trap.
On Sonny Luke.
Yeah, mate.
Sorry. On Sonny Luke, I would just say, like, as much as I personally would love to buy Sonny Luke in back that he wins the spot, I'm not convinced he does. It's not worth the one trade punt. I think you just have to bite the bullet and get cheese, which I'm sure we're going to talk about soon.
Yeah, we'll talk about cheese when we get to each game. There is two really relevant players that are going to do well for you this year. That's Scott Drinkwater and Tommy Turbo. Both are buys and will remain buys while they're healthy. So I'm running Heaney, Turbo, and Sewer at the moment in my back, but if any of them drop out, I'm going to be looking straight at Drinky as the next guy coming in. He played really well last week and good like it.
Yeah, what a monster game from him. His buy schedule is pretty good. I think he plays the first one, but not the second major buy. Am I correct?
Yeah, he plays 12.
So, yeah, which is really what we want, especially when there's a real possibility Turbo will be playing Origin. If you didn't get Turbo last week, I'd probably suggest getting Drinkwater or Keeney over him, just because we are getting one game ever closer to that Origin period. And I think it's very likely Turbo will be somewhere on there, even if only on the extended bench.
Keeney is going to probably be the buy of the round for most people. They're going to probably points chase a little bit, but
Yeah.
they're doing, even though they're points chasing, he gets the most receptions of a fullback in the NRL. So having the ball in his hand, he's going to score us points.
Yeah, and I think the Titans they needed one game to get their confidence going, and we'll talk about it a bit more. But I think this might be the breakout we want for Kenny to start to get his ball rolling a bit more.
Yeah.
But I personally didn't buy him last week because I was really hoping he'd have another low score, given he had a relatively high BE. But for all the people that got on him early, finally getting the dividends.
Yeah, early was 3 weeks ago for me, 4 weeks ago. So that's good.
We just call that premature, mate.
Yeah, well, hey, ready, right? Primed. I don't know if there's anybody else in this game that's really too relevant. Tom Chester,
No.
obviously, still killing it. Keeper center, really loving him. Really good cover in that wing fullback role as well.
Yeah, there's no one really interested in Siegel's team other than Turbo. Like they're all pretty, solidified their positions. Other than Brandon Waken, but he's splitting the role evenly with Jake Simpkin. You wouldn't be touching either of them.
Simpkin's still playing 60 minutes. He's just not starting.
Yeah, so far away from it. And Olakawatu is very much in contention for Origin. So even if you want a gun edge, which I don't know why you would, don't touch him.
There. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm going to call this episode "Still Being Edged" or something dumb like that because the options this week in Edge are just crazy, especially this week and next week. With the people that come back, who do you reckon is going to win this one, mate?
I actually reckon this will be a close game. Both are playing quite good footy at the moment. I think it'll be a pointathon. But I think I'm actually going to back the Cows to finally put an end to Fozball's 100% win streak.
One game.
Oh, he's won two.
Oh, yeah, he has two. Fuck.
Yeah, so Kieran Bourne is currently the coach with the highest win rate.
Percentage ever.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
What a goat.
They're losing to the Cowboys, bro, and that means that they're probably going to lose. Cowboys are going to lose because the moment every time I back my team, they be shit. But I'm excited. I think they can do it this week, and I'm putting my money. Who do the punters say is going to win this game? Quick look here. Got it up here. So
I think it'll be a good game regardless.
Cowboys
like
are strong favourites.
Oh, yeah, you're fucked now, eh?
Yeah. Next game, Raiders Storm. It's going to be a fun game to hate watch with the old Storm fan. Me with a Stormy team, mate. Can they lose record games in a row, bro?
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? I was at that Warriors game last week. It made me happy. It made me happy, and I'm backing Raiders to do it because Raiders have a really good record against the Storm. A really good record.
Yeah. So I brought in Sasangi last week, and I'm fucking super happy with that. Even though the guy traded out, went and got himself a try and got himself a good score. He's on a bye this week, but I think Sasangi has got his DPP now, and he will be my backup wing fullback, sitting in that sort of 18th, 19th man spot for me. I'm pretty happy with that. Old Sanders pumped out a 48, and anyone who sold him is probably kicking themselves because he's now brought himself a few more weeks in my team, chipping away at that money and being backup. That's pretty good for me.
I think the thing I note with Sanders is that there's a real possibility a lot of us are going to start to consider just holding him until round 12.
Yeah.
Because he plays that round. There's not a lot of halves that do.
Yeah.
Like, as much as we probably don't want to hold him that long.
You're probably going to, if you hold him to 12, you're probably going to end up holding him right through to round 17 because he doesn't miss a game.
Yeah, so it's something to give some thought to now if you are considering selling him.
Yeah,
he's given Bort some more time in everyone's team with this good score.
Yeah, I mean he is priced at his average now, so he's probably not going to make any more money. But let's just hope he doesn't lose any more money and he's someone you can use as backup, especially with ICAT not doing what we want right now.
I would say there's a little bit more hope that he might do a little bit better here and out because that they should start winning some more games now. Like they've had a pretty rough start to the year. So they've only got 2 wins out of 6.
Yeah.
You'd hope that Raiders will go better, and as a result, Ethan Sanders will go better, especially with the goal kicking.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably a good point you made there, mate. Good to see that Noah has been named to start after being moved to the bench late last week. Are you worried about Noah Martin?
I wouldn't be selling him this week. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, if he gets named on the bench, he's out of my team this week." I think it's a real possibility Noah will get moved back to the bench again at the last minute. Wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I still wouldn't be rushing to sell him. He's scoring good. He got 50 and 50 something minutes last week. He's still priced around that at the moment. It's not like his price is starting to fall. I wouldn't be panic selling him this week. I would strongly be considering if he is moved back to the bench at the beginning of this game, next week he can go straight to one of the two edges that are likely coming back into our teams in our Couch and Lasati.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are your thoughts
I
on?
don't know.
You're not so keen on Noah?
I just think you could probably do a little bit of double dipping here next week, right? I don't think Noah's going to make you any more money. I think he's pretty much topped out. He's got a little bit left there, but I think he's pretty much topped out. But you could go to Lasati and double up. He's going to score. I think Lasati's probably going to score very much similar. He's got a really low break even, and he will make that money all over again.
Yeah. And Lasati is likely to be. I have a very strong feeling in my gut that he will be a season-long keeper he's going to get his spot back. Storm have been not good without him. They haven't won a game since he's gone off. Whether Lasati comes back next week or the week after, I think he's going to be pretty close to a must-have, just because of the concern that he will become a keeper at the price of 400 and something K. Going Martin to him is not necessarily a bad idea if there's some real concern about Martin being a keeper, given he keeps getting moved to the bench. Which again, we'll have to wait and see this week.
Yeah, just like that one. One player I am
You go.
seriously looking at buying is Joseph Tarpany.
Yeah.
He finally looked good last week with the eye test. So I'm going to wait a week. His break even is still relatively high at 42. So his price will go up a little bit this week if he pumps out at 50, 55, which is what I sort of want from him. But if he does do that against Melbourne Storm, who, even though they've lost games, they're still a good outfit. They're still not a shit team.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Yeah, but you're just a hater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to wait a week on Joseph, and then next week potentially do something like Peter Carpety, because I've got a fair bit of money in the bank.
I think it's a good call. Like, Joseph's one of those players we always want over Origin. Especially with Raiders have another good schedule for the buys. They play the first two majors.
They do.
Like it's pretty nuts. Like, you're probably going to need Tarpany in your team at some point. I am of the view that I like to keep him in my team as little as possible. His scores are so roller coaster like. They're so up and down. He has very limited minutes, so you're really banking him to get that high PPM output, which he just doesn't consistently seem to do from my experience of owning him. I get quite concerned with owning Tarpany. I don't think there's a bad shout to get him now. I just personally will be waiting until I absolutely need him in my team when Origin comes around.
Yeah, I just feel like he's probably bottomed out at 600k.
Yeah.
So it's just min maxing with the money I've got. His PPM has dropped from like this year on history. History is 0.91 PPM. This year is, if it will load for me, NRL Fantasy. NRL Fantasy Stats has taken a dump. It is, it's 0.91. Doesn't change.
Ah, too good, obviously.
It's just his minutes have gone down.
Oh, I just don't like. I just don't trust him much. I don't trust Sticky. Like, we just saw Noah bench for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's a long time from round 7 to when you'd probably sell him as round 18.
Yeah, I mean,
trust
I'll probably
Sticky to hold it.
I'll probably just be buying him to hold him for the rest of the year and just pray that he's going to be a 55 guy, to be honest. Middle is so dire, bro. Like, middle is so dire.
I agree with that entirely. It's literally 12 and then daylight to the next person.
Utukamanu and need to figure out something we're going to do with. Obviously, we're holding for now just to wait to see what
I
we can deal with, bro.
don't think he'll be named for Origin.
No,
I'm
neither do I. So
pretty
it's going to be
confident.
decent holdover Origin, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got him on my team as well for the first, and this week was the first time he got over 45 for me. So I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
But I think he's just a good hold for the entire way through. See what happens. Like, I just don't see him getting to that Origin team at all, especially with AFB now being almost a lock.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward.
And I was hoping Eddie would be here by now so I could ask him what he thinks of his amazing signing of Joe Chan. I'm just going to paraphrase what I think he would say, and that he believes he's a gay cunt, and that he's probably going to sell him this week. So,
Almost sounds like him. If you just added a few more slurs, I'm sure
yeah,
that would have been Eddie's exact
yeah.
response.
I think he's going to go to a guy we'll talk about later in Mr. Cam. So,
But you know, fairness, Eddie got what he deserved buying Joe Chan. It was an inevitability that he
a
was going to drop
plotter,
a dump score. Yeah,
plotter will always be a plotter in my eyes. Right.
yeah. I can't
Um,
believe his name this week. I thought Joe Chan would for sure have been dropped after being hooked last week.
yeah. Anybody else want to talk about this game, mate? Who wins?
I'm backing the Raiders, mainly because I'm a hater.
Yep.
Cooper Clark, just really quick. I called out like the other week that he could have been a good shout. It's too late now, but last week, if you bought him last week, you're fucking happy. If Joe Chan had lost his spot, Cooper Clark could have been a go again, but I don't trust him now, which is a real shame because he has that he is mid.
Yeah. He's got the front row. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Harry Grant sucks. We called it when we were talking about hookers a couple of weeks back. He
Yeah.
absolutely sucks ass.
Yeah, but you got to hold him now. You
Yeah,
can't
you're
sell
stuck with
him.
him.
Yep. There's no moving Harry Grant on. You just got to hope he turns his form around and starts scoring a
But
bit
you can't
better.
go him to Brayley because Brayley's also going to play Origin. Like
Yeah.
you're not gaining anything there.
Yep. Next game is in Darwin while I'm in Cairns, so I don't actually get to go and watch it. The Dolphins and the Panthers. Panthers, their first loss of the season to the Bulldogs last week. Nathan Cleary, are you going to put the captain on in this week, mate? Big question.
I think you kind of just have to back it. There's not overly a great array of options in my mind. Like you've got Twal, who's still pumping out 70 scores. But realistically, Twal's not going to get any higher than a 70 score.
Yeah.
Cleary still always has that opportunity to go 100 bomb. And plus, there's going to be a game surely where Twal gets rested, or even more likely, Twal cops in HIA because he loves one of those.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent. I mean, I'm going to go with Nathan Cleary with this. I left Darwin this morning at 5 a.m. It was about 24 degrees, so there was no humidity. It was a beautiful morning. So I think the temperature is changing in Darwin. I think it's going to be a nice, cool weekend up there. It will be very humid, and these guys are going to be absolutely exhausted from the humidity. And I think Nathan's probably going to rip this Dolphins mid pieces, mate.
I back it. I back it.
Yeah.
Is there? Do you want to talk about while we're talking about the Panthers IPAP?
Yeah, just real quick. What's he got? 5 weeks now. Looks like of this old mate being out.
Let me quickly check that for you. I'm pretty sure
Liam
it's
Martin,
about that.
about 4 or 5 weeks. Liam Martin gone down with an injury, so that means IPAP should be getting the 80 minutes each week in, week out. Look, he's not super exciting for me as an edge. It's the middle where I'm interested in IPAP. I think you can
You have much
definitely.
concern that he's just not going to bounce back. Like he hasn't been this high scoring edge for a fair while now. And even this year, he's pumped out some 30s. The good score he got involved a try, and that was only a 55.
Yeah,
Do you have concerns?
I do. But he did get a 54 and a 62 in the first 2 rounds with no tries. So, and one of them was in 67 minutes. I think the biggest problem is there's no huge work rate that the Panthers have to do with just smashing teams. And even last week, he only made 27 tackles. So you are expecting attacking stats from IPAP, and he's been getting a few here and there. I think if you're expecting anything above low 50s, you probably shouldn't buy him. I think that's where he'll be 51, 52 average, and you'll be getting us high 30s and then a 60 when he scores a try. You get that.
But I just found, so I've just got the NRL physio up. They're estimating 6 to 8 weeks for Martin being out.
Yeah,
So there's a fair bit of runway here for this.
I mean, he doesn't play 12 and 15, so he's not a Origin guy you can get because he doesn't play the major buys.
Yep.
He is literally, if you need a middle, someone to think
Right now.
about. Yeah, because he's got the dual. I would still probably say get Tarpany over him.
I think you're right. I think I would also lean Tarpanay over perhaps. But I also just am not convinced he'll get the 80-minute role. Like I think they're going to do what they've done for the last 6 weeks, which is just alternating playing 80 weeks on and then 60 to 70 minutes next week.
Their bench is pretty dire, bro. Jack
I think
Cogger, Going, Phillips, Fanua, Lussick. The only player there that's any good is Scotty Sullivan, mate.
And that's the one that I'd be concerned about. So
yeah. I mean, he's going to have to play a huge minutes in the middle, bro.
I think he always does. I don't know. I wouldn't be jumping on IPAPs too eagerly, I would say.
Yeah. Eddy has just joined us. How you doing, Eddy?
What up, bro? I thought we were starting now.
Yeah, sorry, mate. The old fucking time frame got me. I'm on the wrong side of the planet for me, mate.
Look, the daylight savings fucking changes mess you up.
Not only that, bro. I'm in Queensland, not the NT. Look, we're up to the Dolphins Panthers games. We've just covered the first 2 games real quick. But you want to tell us how you went last week, mate?
Oh, not really, but well, anyway, pretty average, not fucking crazy shit, but only 890. Which slipped me back, I don't know, 500 ranks or so. So I'm just outside of the sort of top 1,000 at the moment.
Yeah.
Dropped down the podcasters league a little bit, so shit, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, and just want to give us your opinion on Joe Chan and what you're doing with him this week.
Oh, I'm selling.
Yeah.
I've not even got there's no doubt in my mind about that.
Yeah. You
not a fan of his work?
Nah. Well, what's the point now? He's not going to get any more expensive than he is currently. I haven't even seen the TLT. Has he been dropped?
No, he's
somehow managed to stay in the team. I don't know how.
I wouldn't trust him to play 80 anymore anyway. You see, when Bellamy was giving him that massive spray, one of the things that one of the things he said, he threatened to send him off to France, eh? I mean, I don't think that was an actual thing he's got the ability to do, but he was. I guess that shows you the intent.
I think
Bellamy willed us away.
Yeah, I think Bellamy's got a few vineyards over front. Maybe sending him over there to fucking pick some weeds or something.
Fucking stomp on those grapes barefoot or however the fuck they do it over there.
Yeah, we did also mention that Tarpany's probably ready, primed to go. You interested this week, or you want to see another week, mate?
No, I think it is a good time to buy him. I've already, since I got Sasangi last week, which by the way, I'm stoked with that trade, but since I got Sasangi last week, I've now got 3 Raiders.
Yeah.
So I don't want to add a 4th to the mix and get fucked over with a come and buy. But I definitely would call him a buy. I've just gone with Toby Couchman instead.
Currently. Yeah, we'll talk about Toby in a minute. The other sort of middle that we'd mentioned was the IPAP. And we just said that maybe he's not quite as exciting as some of the others, but not exciting as Tarpany or maybe Toby.
Yeah, well, Toby and Tarpany have got the lower break even, so it's the time to move on
Money.
them. Whereas IPAP, you can and should wait.
Yeah.
Because he'll get cheaper, and you just want to see him build it or something. Like, he hasn't been scoring very well, has he?
Yeah, and he's got like, I think we discovered 6 to 8 weeks. All right, anyone from the Dolphins you guys are interested in buying?
Not even a little bit.
No. Who wins this game? Panthers easy.
Yeah.
All right. The next game is the Wires and the Titans over there in New Zealand, mate. Boys had a good win against Storm. Showed him who's.
Yeah, we looked fucking sick too.
Yeah.
Fuck, we looked so fired up for it. Fucking, was always beating their chest, smashing people. It was fucking sick. It was fucking not sick for Joe Chandler.
No, not at all. I don't think there's anyone too relevant in the Warriors.
No, I haven't known a single Warrior all year.
Fight side, Kaya Keeney. Huge buy after the 90.
Fuck, I would like him, man, at that point.
He would have been a lot better before the 90, as what Jay-Z was sort of saying before he hopped on and got it. Like, if you want to play catch up, like you've got to get on before the big score rather than waiting for it and reacting to it. Because he might not get another score that big this year, and his price has gone back up again. He's still a buy, but I know he's last week's buy really now, isn't he?
Yeah. We were talking about if you need a wing fullback, whether you're looking at Drinkwater, Turbo, or Keeney, and it's probably either Drinkwater or Keeney. Like, you can just take who you really want over Turbo because he's probably got Origin.
Yeah, well, it's another week closer to Origin and Drinkwater. I mean, what else has he got to do to convince people now? I wish I went Drinkwater last week, or Keeney. I went with Turbo, but let's live with that now. Drinky's still $6.50, so it's not an amazing price, but I don't think he's got a buy till around 15 or so, and he's on good form. So
yeah,
I quite like Kenny. Kenny's buy schedule is still quite favourable. Plays the first two major buys. Like I said earlier, I was interested in him last week, but decided not to get him as I thought whether he had a high BE after a 28 score that he would continue to lose a bit more cash before we could all jump on him. Boy, I fucking ate shit with that call. But yeah, I think Keeney is still a really good buy.
yeah, you can buy him. But yeah, it's just the only dumb thing is you can't go back and get the last week's points. So I guess that's why you sort of need to try and identify these things fucking before they happen. But it's easier said than done, right?
yeah. And I will say that Keeney's also got 2 buys, while Drinkwater's got none. So if you're looking for a wing fullback, I'd probably just bring the Drinkwater just based on that, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Well, Drinkwater doesn't have a buy till round 15. Keeney's got
right.
round 8 and 13.
Oh, okay, do they? Yeah. At least they're standalones. But
Yeah.
I will say one thing about Keeney and Drinkwater both. They might be keepers. Don't ever assume that either of those cunts is fucking keepers. The same thing happened last year with Drinky, where he started shit, got cheap, then went amazing for a while, looked like he was going to be the best fucking fullback in the whole game, and then by the end of the year, fucking people were like chucking him at like 18th man and shit, like fucking because they didn't want to play him. So just don't assume he's necessarily going to be a keeper, because the Drinky you get right now won't probably last all season.
The other thing to remember with Drinky is at the moment playing for a contract, apparently. With all the rumours going around that he's been told to talk to other clubs. I think but he hasn't finalised with anywhere yet. So he's obviously playing for a contract for some clubs.
He's just negotiating.
That plays a big role. The other thing with Drinky is that his buys, he only plays the first major buy. Keeney plays the first major buy and the last major buy.
Yeah, but Keeney's got a buy into like next week, bro. Round 8.
So and that is annoying.
Yeah. The other thing I want to say is how expensive it's fucking Jaden Campbell, bro.
Too expensive for me to afford. I'll worry about him come round. I think the play with him now is just fucking wait till round 12, see how much he is then, see him actually still alive because he is prone to missing games through injury. And then if you can't afford him, you can always just pivot clear to him if you feel like it at the time.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's much to be gained by going early on him, especially with. I mean, I don't think he's ever gone through a season without like injuries before, ever.
No, he definitely has not. Who wins this game? Oh, obviously, you're going to go to the Wales.
Yeah, fucking, I'll go Wales.
Yeah. Bridge?
I'm back in the tits, man. They've just come off a big win.
Oh, my God.
Bit of an emotional upset here.
Calm
They've
down.
done it before in Mount Smart.
Warriors all the way, bro. I just want to say that old Powell is doing really, really, really good as well. Fucking, what a
Fuck
player.
yeah, fucking best 230k I ever spent.
Yeah, good job on that one, mate. Now, Rabbits Dragons. This probably spent some time on this game because there's quite a few relevant players I want to have a chat about. Start on the Rabbitoh
There
side,
is.
and there's a certain Brandon Smith. Now, I'm buying him this week. I'm moving
Oh
Makasini
my.
to Brandon Smith as my one trade at the moment. And I'm just praying that he can ask a try or a try assist or just gets me something to get his money moving. I do not have faith in this trade whatsoever.
Nah, I'm doing the exact same trade as you, right there. But as I was saying in fucking the chat group, this is probably the least excited I've ever been about a trade that I'm making. But this trade, honestly, like doing this trade this week is only for people that have Brayley as their
Bradley,
hooker without any other backup. If you, unless that's the case for you, I probably wouldn't necessarily bother. I
No.
don't have high hopes for him. I'm just simply hoping that he can average in the 30s somewhere, play this round, play round 12, and fucking make 100k along the way, and I'll be happy as. But and that's not even a slam dunk for sure that that'll happen.
no.
It does.
Matt Duffy named at fullback for South. He is 100% in the void. He is.
Is that that fucking Matt Duffy from back in the day that they called
Yeah,
Duffman?
yeah.
Oh no, I'm surprised he even got a job in the NRL again. There's a reason
Well,
he went to Super League.
he got a backup job, and now he's been brought in because Gray's got what 4 to 6 weeks, I think.
He's out a month.
Month, yeah. So,
He's out at least a month. So they've only called him up because Duffy was killing it down in New South Wales Cup. I think he scored 5 tries in 5 games or some shit. And I don't think they wanted to move their whole back line around to accommodate Gray being out. But
How much is he?
350.
350?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. Nah.
So he's cheap, but like he
No.
doesn't average very good. What were we saying? He's priced at like 26 and his average is 34
He's
previously.
priced at 38. So he's priced at 28 and his average
No,
is
he's
38.
average. He's average.
Yeah, he's not good. All right,
Yeah.
let's talk about the Dragon side. Toby Couchman is going to be hugely brought this week, I think, by a lot of people chasing a mid.
Oh, just so before we move on to that, sorry. Fafita, we all think he's a hold right now, yeah?
Oh fuck, Fafita's gone. No, sell him. Forgot about him.
I'm
What?
holding. I'm
David
holding,
Fafita's
bro.
gone for 6 weeks. For 6
What?
weeks.
What's
He
this?
just broke out. He's out with a hamstring injury for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah.
Okay, well,
but
okay. I don't
but
know
I'm-
what my trade plans are now. My trade plans just changed.
No, but I'm still holding
Okay.
this week because you're not going to lose your money this week, and then you can wait to see what happens.
So fucking what?
Ne-
No.
Well, next week
I'll probably trade him.
I'll probably need a middle, and I want to wait to see next week what the Dragons are looking like. They've got Egan coming back. They've got the other Couchman coming back. Like I just don't know how this affects Toby. I honestly think that his brother coming back plus Egan means he could be a trap.
I reckon he'll be all good. I don't know if he'll get 65 minutes, but
I don't trust Toby at all.
he's their top forward.
Is he?
Who do you think it is?
I don't know, but he hasn't been. His minutes haven't been consistent. He's only got minutes really off the back of a lot of injuries to people, including his brother being out for a long time. The beginning of the season started with Ryan Cashman playing more minutes.
Yeah, I think Ryan is their guy, man.
I don't think
Dylan
so.
Egan's back
I
next
think
week.
Toby's
Well,
still the guy.
Dylan Egan will get a spot in this team somewhere.
Well, he'll just start on the edge, or else someone will have to get dropped. I don't know.
I think there's a lot of mouths to feed here. I don't quite like it, to be honest, but I think.
Well, the problem is you've got to have middles, and none of them are fucking very good buys.
And that's the thing, right? And
ain't that the truth?
that's why I've been.
I
looking
mean,
at
the reality of the matter is that Toby is one of the best middle buyers this week.
Yeah. So I was thinking, because I've got the same problem here. I've got 3 Raiders already. So I'm looking at Tarpany next week and actually moving Martin to either Ryan or Lasati.
Is Martin starting?
Martin is starting this week. He is, but he was named to
Okay,
start
sweet.
last week as well, and got moved to the bench late. So if that's what happens,
I think Ricky was just giving him a little bit of a rest.
yeah, I hope so. Like I'd really like to hold Martin all year, to be honest. But if he does get moved and he gets fucked around with, I'm quite happy to tell him. And I said this to Rude earlier. It's almost like double dipping on the price rise, right? You sell if you go from like Martin to Lasati, you get to make all that money again, and you still got a guy that's
That's
giving you 50.
Yeah, I've
right?
got a bunch of other. I've got a bunch of other cunts I could trade to fucking Lasati or fucking Couchman anyway. It doesn't have to be him.
The last thing I need is more edges. So like next week, I'm seriously going to be looking at Fafita and Martin to Lasati and Ryan Couchman.
Well, why don't you just wait and see what Martin gets
Yeah.
before you plan on trading him out, bro?
Oh man,
Has he even gone below 50 yet?
Nah, he hasn't, bro. And he came off the bench last week.
Yeah, so settle the fuck down.
Got to be happy with Setu too. We spoke about him real quickly earlier. Just hold him until he
Making that money.
finishes.
David Farley's a fucking piece of shit. I hope we never see him in the NRL again. Didn't even get named.
Is he not playing again?
He's named in 20.
You took the gamble and it didn't pay off. It happens.
Yeah, fuck Jay-Z. I blame it on him entirely.
You always knew that the job security was sketchy.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Anyway.
Yeah, back the bit of the talent. He's been good in Cup before. He's been good in the NRL, but in his debut, but it didn't work out. He decided he wanted to play fucking Kung Fu instead of NRL.
Yeah. Who do you reckon wins this game, fellas? Rabbits, Dragons?
Dragons are due a win, man. They're due a win.
If the Dragons lose this week, does he keep his job?
Who are they going to get?
I think they just, bro. At some point, you just got to rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just.
Yeah. They just seen what Foz has done at Manly.
Fucking the funniest thing is when he's like, we're going to be making big changes, and his change was to switch the fucking numbers on fucking of 6 and 7 on people's back without even fucking changing their roles. So literally, it was just a fucking number, nothing.
Yeah,
they just changed jerseys.
Yeah, and
not roles, just literal jerseys. Fuck's sake.
If you own Daniel Atkinson, you definitely need to sell now. Time to move on.
What a disappointment that was. Feel bad. I think that's everything for that game, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll go on to the West Tigers Broncos, on Saturday night. Let's just hope Alex Twile continues to pump out 70s. It's quite enjoyable to watch. It's almost like Terrell May like last year. Twile's taken over that mantle.
His ownership in the top 5K must be getting fucking high now, surely.
I think everyone's got to own him, right? Yeah,
everyone that's in the top 5K probably. It's probably like 90% owned in the top 5K or some shit.
Top 5K is 84.85% owned. Top 100 is 92. So whichever 8 fucking idiots don't have 100s.
Fuck, they must have done a lot of shit right if they fucking in the top 100 still and haven't had him this whole time.
Interestingly, Macassini is 98% owned in the top 5,000, so there's going to be a lot of Macassini trades this week, I'm assuming.
Yeah, well, I might
Fine.
hold him now that I fucking just found out about Fafita.
I am also
Is
going to be holding him.
Macasini picked? I haven't even fucking looked.
He is.
Yeah.
He's
He's
named
named
it.
on the wing outside Patrick Herbert.
Oh, then why
Yeah.
why bother trading him when you can just trade Fafita then?
I'm actually going to hold him. One because I need to maintain some center cover in my team.
Hmm.
I didn't
see
argue
you.
last week, but
I don't
I
see
think
any point of trading him over Fafita. That just seems silly.
we have 3 trades this week, so people can do more than just trade for feeder. But
I know, but I want to save one so fucking bad.
I want to say more than one, bro.
I actually just like Magazzini being back on the wing. Like he didn't have a good game last week because they not seem to be giving him enough ball. But like we saw what he could do in the trials. I'm just going to give it another week, see what happens.
Yeah, that's fair. His break even is only
I think fuck what was going to happen, but fucking we know that next week he's got he hopefully probably will be there, but we know Fafita won't be. We know for sure that Fafita is a trade right now.
Yeah.
Macasini may or may not be a trade. Like at least Macasini's playing.
I don't think there's anyone really relevant the Broncos team. You guys want to talk about it? Like Payne Haas looked good last week. Maybe.
Yeah, it looked alright.
Yeah.
Well, we had to
His
play
scores
big minutes.
nothing. His scores like still leading him to him losing money. Like it's not a sort of score that's going to turn it around.
No.
Like he costs that much anyway. Like a 65 is supposed to be what he does every single week minimum.
Paddy
You need
Carrigan.
like a fucking 80 or something to turn it around.
Yeah, Paddy
Carrigan.
Carrigan. Ooh. Feel sorry for anyone who brought Paddy Carrigan. He is. Yep, that was a tough
2 weeks, is it?
Yep.
And fucking by that stage, it's getting close to. I'd just fuck him off if I had him. I think.
Yep. Who wins this game?
Tigers. Broncos don't have any of their spine in the game.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
running
the
at half at
Tigers.
9.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
Tigers.
no, this Broncos team's a bit of a joke.
It's a shame Xavier Wilson doesn't get more than 2 games at
Well,
lock, because he could be
okay,
quite
hang on.
interesting.
Let's just talk about Xavier real quick. He is 450, priced at 36. He will now get 2 big minute games,
That means nothing.
right?
Yeah,
but
it's not
then
enough.
he doesn't
2
play
games
12.
may as well be 0 games.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe he's someone you could play in 12, but he doesn't play 12.
No.
So
Yeah. Look,
that
hard
player's
pass.
out the window. Hard
Two
pass.
games may as well be 0 games in the scheme of making money.
Yeah, and I think the Tigers win as well. Fuck the Broncos. The best player for the Broncos last week was a fucking referee. Let's just put that out there right now.
The Broncos' spine and backline at the moment is pretty fucking sad.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Arthur Jones got lucky last week with that try. He was on for a fucking bad score.
Yeah.
The only guy in their spine with any sort of name is Mam, I guess. And I think Mam's one of the most overrated players in the NRL. I don't even think he's that good.
That's fair.
Wait, Adam Reynolds'
I wouldn't.
name?
Honestly, I wouldn't want him at the Warriors. I'd rather have fucking. I reckon CHT is even better than him.
Roosters Knights. Now, there's going to be a fair bit of chat in this game. Thomas Kent named it back row because Dylan Lucas has popped a nasty one to the throat. He's in the infirmary for an unknown amount of time. I think I read somewhere could be between anywhere and between 4 and 12 weeks with a throat injury. So
I thought I mostly heard around the 4 sort of mark.
Yeah, that's
So
what
Knights
I've been
come
hearing.
out and said
I never saw shit about a 12.
So Knights came out and said 4 to 6 weeks. NRL Physio said these types of injuries generally have a range of about 2 to 12 weeks.
Yeah, sorry.
So that's where the 12s come from.
Yeah.
A range of about 2 to 12 weeks. Fuck, why don't you say 2 to 12 years? Like,
Yeah.
Well, it's because throat injuries have a lot of complications to them.
Yeah, and it's because physios don't know anything about throat injuries and don't treat throat injuries, so he wouldn't know.
I mean, there's a joke there, but let's leave it.
He's not a doctor or a surgeon. Fucking, he's just a dude that fucking stretches people and fucking strap shoulders.
So you're not very high on Count then, Eddie?
Huh?
Are you not very high on Count?
I don't need a fucking edge. No one does.
I'm super high on him, to be honest. I think he's a good go.
I think he's
He's got a
going to
high
make you
break
money.
even.
Yeah,
He's got a high break even. You can just wait a week and see how many minutes he plays. He's not
Yeah.
making any money this week.
That is my plan. That is my plan.
I think that's a fair point. I think I'm probably going to go on him this week, mainly because I have a concern about the fact that I'm going to want Lasati and Rauch next week because they're probably both going to be pretty close to must-haves. And I don't want to be locking myself in my mind to potentially having to do 3 trades to get 3 edges in. I think with Fafita Gorn going from Fafita to Kant makes a lot more sense when it's just an edge to an edge. Kant has a history of really good scores when playing any minute on edge. He plays a role very similar to what Hosking does and what Noah Marta does, which is just tackle a lot. I think there's a lot to like about Kant. I think putting yourself in a bit of a position to where if Lucas does take a little bit longer than 4 or so weeks, which he has done historically, because Lucas loves extending his time on the sidelines, or something else arises, the Kant could make some really serious coin.
So,
Not this week, but over the run.
So
It depends. It'll be. It could. It's not necessarily a slam dunk though. Waiting a week wouldn't, if you can, is quite sensible because if it turns out he gets like 60, 65 minutes and he does only get 4 games, and the first game he makes no money at all, that just makes a runway of 3 games to try and make a bit of coin, and you'll be disappointed.
So when he
won't make shit.
when he starts at second row, his average is 53.
Yeah, I will just address your point about minutes here because there is a bit of a concern. But I would note the only edge on this night's bench is Francis Manulelua, who so far this year played.
How many edges would you expect to be on the bench?
Yeah, he's played 1 game this year at 11 minutes. The other edge in this team that's actually starting is McEwen, who has not played 80 minutes each season.
I thought he's been playing 80 minutes lately.
No, you are right. He has. He's just the first game. I'm misremembering that.
McEwen will be the big minute edge. I'm telling you right now. He's earned that.
Yeah,
I'm backing Kant here.
I think he can. If you want to buy Kant this week, you can. I'm waiting a week.
Yeah, you can.
Yep.
Yeah. Just don't get too excited and think the best case scenario is what you're getting.
Yeah, you're buying for a score
It
this
could
week.
be.
I think you'll get your 50 this week if he plays 80 minutes. Anyone in the Roosters you guys looking at? I am. If I had the money, I would buy Reece Robson this week. I'll explain why. Not New South Wales will not take both Brayley and Reece Robson. They will take one or the other. So owning both means that I'm going to keep the one that doesn't go to Origin.
Yeah, that would be a better plan if both of them weren't. If one of them was going to be playing in round 12, but neither of them are anyway.
Yeah, so that's why I'm getting cheese.
So I'm not real thrilled with your plan. Well, no matter what happens, you're left with no hooker in round 12 still.
I mean,
I think you'd be better off just getting a hooker.
That's a round 12 problem, bro.
All you're doing is setting yourself up to have the same problem in round 12 as you've got right now. All you're doing is kicking a can down the street, in my opinion.
That's what we did in round 4, right? We kicked the can down the street.
What was round 4?
That's when we brought Brayley.
When we brought Brayley, got rid of Reed.
You know what? No, I'm getting cheese as the backup. This is what I planned all along.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Who wins this game?
Somehow I don't think getting another non-round 12 hooker was your plan a couple weeks ago.
Well, maybe.
So before we go to the next match, there's just 2 more nights we should just really quickly discuss.
Who?
Dylan Brown is back.
Yeah.
Okay? If you held him, you're fucking happy. If you don't own him, I wouldn't be going out of my way to go buy him.
Wait a week.
Nah, what's the point?
Sandon Smith is there. We take some kick meters. Round 12's coming. He doesn't play round 12. I wouldn't be going for Dylan Brown.
He sucks for the boys. I don't know. Like, I'd say there's a pretty high chance he doesn't make 150k. Like, and if we've got someone like Sanders in our team, like, how much of it? It's just a minor upgrade. I don't really like using trades on minor upgrades. And Sanders does play round 12 and 15.
Yeah, I'm probably looking at moving Dylan on before I move Sanders on.
Yeah, I think that's 100% correct. The other name I'll bring up, because I think we might have some slightly if there might be some people who are looking at him this week, is Trey Mooney. Had a pretty down game last week and got a lucky bailout try to get him over the mark for a
Part
decent
of his
score.
base, mate.
Part of his base. But yeah, his minutes are getting a bit worrying at the moment. What are your guys' thoughts on him at this time?
I don't.
I'll just hold him until he starts losing money or becoming a bigger problem. As it goes back to what we said before, like the mids are so fucking gay. Like I think one of the best options is Toby Couchman, and as you guys pointed out, that's not even a slam dunk. Like, what am I going to do if I can go from one dodgy middle to another dodgy middle? Like, what's the point? You may as well just hold him until something really puts his hand up later. He's doing okay. He's doing okay. He's averaging 47.
I'm going to try and hold him right through to round 11 and then flick him off to try to get someone in because he doesn't play 12 and 15. So
I must say, I'm toying with the idea of selling him at the moment because I have 5 mids, including him.
Is one of them Cohen? Because I think
one of them
he's
is
going to
Cohen.
buy some.
So?
Just be weird, yeah.
Cohen's on bye this week, but again,
Yeah.
which I think we might touch on is that there's now, from what came out during the game, is one of the Fox commentators said McInnes is still 5 weeks away, much to the news of fucking everyone.
yeah, that could have been really helpful information
So-
last week.
But remember when McInnes was saying he was hoping he was going to be back in like round 5 or some shit?
Round 6, bro. He did a
Fuck, he's
podcast.
an ugly cunt.
I don't know how much I trust a Fox commentator, given Sharks are pretty good and close knit with their medical news. So I wouldn't be. What I'm trying to get at is I wouldn't be selling Colquhoun this week if you've still got him. I think you'd hold a week and see if McInnes is there.
Yeah. Well, if that's the fucking word on the street, fucking.
Wait and see.
Too late. I saw them last week.
Yeah, same.
But that's
that's
why I'm now
annoying.
considering whether Mooney might be time to get moved on in my team if I want to make way for example, a Drinky or a Keeney.
Yeah.
Who's your hooker?
My hooker's Brayley.
So are you getting cheese?
I am getting cheese. There's not really a lot of choice on that one. It's
Is he included? Is he included in your 5 middles, or is he the 6th middle?
No, he's the 6th middle.
Yeah, you can get away with trading Moody then for sure. You're in a different spot than me.
Yeah, because my issue is my wing fullback because I've got Setu 2 starting at the moment, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So.
Not every week. Like you don't want to when he goes into tough matchups. He is a winger on the worst team in the NRL, so there's that. You could get away with trading Mooney in your situation. Yeah.
Do you guys think there's much more money to be made with Mooney?
Nah,
he's priced at 44. His break even is 46.
He did exactly what I expected him to do, though. Like
he's done enough.
I expected a bit more.
Yeah, I was hoping for a low 50 minutes and close to a low 50 score.
I always said
that's what we were all expecting. But, I'll just treadwater with him until someone puts their hand up. I wouldn't necessarily be sidewaysing from him to like some other cunt that's not that good either. Like you want to be using your trades on major upgrades. Don't trade a 47 guy to a 49 guy or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
I wouldn't even say going Mooney to Toby Couch. I'd have concerns doing that in my mind.
Yeah, it sounds like you don't really like any of the mids as buys this week, which is
I don't like a single one.
This isn't me taking a shot at you. Like that's just fucking sort of the state of the position at the moment.
Yeah, I just don't like any middles, bro. It's like it's picking shit from the wall, right?
Yeah. I mean,
there's basically him. Well, Tarpany's fucking arguably the best middle to buy this week, except I've already got 3 of the cunts, so.
Yes, I'd like to say back. I was being very harsh than before. I'd now say Tarpany's probably the only good one here.
Yeah, Roosters or Knights, fellas? Who wins?
Roosters.
Yeah, I'm going Roosters.
People can get Teddy if they want, by the way, but I don't know. Are you wanting to buy a non-round 12 fullback right now?
No.
Fucking, I don't.
No, not right now. Just wait. He will probably get cheap at some point in the future.
I reckon he's starting to slow down, like running speed wise now too. I mean, it was going to happen eventually. He's almost as old as I am.
Also, Roosters' bye schedule sucks. They missed the first and last major bye. Like,
it does suck.
Yeah,
I just fade him this year. I think actually. Yeah.
Next game.
Okay, so the final game of the round is going to be the Eels, who, holy shit, so bad last week, and the Bulldogs, who beat the Panthers. Fantasy wise, is there anybody here? Anybody wants to talk about? I think there's a
If
bit of glazing for Lockie Galvin after last week's game.
He's consistently going 50 plus, eh?
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I think he's a good buy. He's going good.
but do we need him?
He's still not that expensive.
Do we
Um,
need a half?
yeah, I think he. Well, I've got 3 halves. But only 2 of them. But only one of them plays in round 12, and he's a round 12 half. Wouldn't be against it.
I might look
yeah,
at.
I think you
Yeah,
go.
I don't know.
He's getting good kick meters now. He's getting the ball a lot.
Yeah,
It's his team now. It's not Matt Verdon's not running the show. It's 100% him running it,
yeah.
and he's on pretty good form.
I'm interested in Lockie Galvin, but I just want to see how Dylan Brown goes. So
Yeah,
I don't think Lockie
Kelvin over
Galvin.
Brown all day.
Yeah, I don't think Galvin's price is going to run away though.
no, I think he's pretty accurately priced at the moment. I think
No,
if you want to
that's
get him
the right
now,
thing. I think he'll probably go up like another 20k this week.
he's pretty close to it. He's priced at pretty much
And
50.
he's priced at about 47, I think. Yeah, and if
$49.
if you wait another week, then he really is going to be close up quite around 50. But he plays round 12, and Dylan doesn't. Like, there's a role that he can fill in our teams. There's not really a role that Dylan Brown fills in our team.
Yeah, Galvin doesn't
Galvin
play.
only plays.
Yeah, only plays the first one. He doesn't play 15
Yeah.
or 18. So
Yeah, so I think there's some real caveats to getting Galvin personally, and I would say he's doing a lot to get to these 50 scores.
That's true too, actually. Fuck, how much do the fucking commentators get on his nut?
Oh my god!
Fuck, the only player that they fucking get on their nut more is probably Trell.
Yeah.
All game long, Trell. It's the same thing when Galvin plays. Fucking Galvin can just do a catch and pass at first receiver. That's nothing special at all. And fucking they'll be like, oh, look at the way Galvin, blah, blah, blah. It's like, fuck, he just caught the ball and passed it, fucking taking 2 steps, bro. Chill out. Like, fucking.
Cooper Cronk on that it was so painful. Galvin did a kick from the right edge to his left winger. He missed it. It was 10 meters too shallow, and it went straight to a defender. And Cooper Cronk is saying, "Fuck, that was a good kick. If only it was 10 meters deeper." Like, that's the fucking issue with the kick, mate. You can't just take away the negative and suck Galvin's dick.
If it was 10 meters different, it'd be a completely different kick. Honestly, I swear, every year it seems like the commentators are given a list of players that they're expected to glaze up every game, no matter what. Because they'll do it. They've always done it with Trell as well, and they'll even do it when he's not playing very well. Or fucking Trell will be like bulging out of his jersey with fat rolls, and they'll be sitting there going, "Oh, this is the best Nick I've seen Trell in years," and shit. Like, it's like they're being told, like, these guys are guys we want to market around, so we need you to talk them up as much as possible. Like, I reckon there's a bit of that, eh?
Yes, there's definitely that. Bit upset with anyone, or bit upset for anyone who brought fucking Papali'i, Josh. He just didn't do it, did he?
Nah, he ain't it.
Yeah.
He's in a shit team. He's in a shit team, and he's not one of those fullbacks that's got the ball all the time. No, I'm glad I faded him.
If you don't own him, don't buy him. If you still got him, just hire him in emergencies. He's still got plenty of time to make some money. Like, there's no rush to be selling him. Let him see what happens.
He's got his break. He does have his break even under control. You got a couple of weeks. Yeah. Just hope he gets a 50, makes you some money. Doesn't play round 12, so you can't hold him that long.
You just really need him to get some fucking tries.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. You do.
Eddy, as you said, it's not.
What's your thoughts on the big boy Carraz?
Oh, fucking! It's gotten to the point now where he's so cheap. Since I've fucking got to singing now, it's gotten to the point where I'm just going to fucking have Carraz sitting around like 18th, 19th man, and fucking just hope he comes good at some point and play him in round 12, and just hopefully by the time it gets to round 15, he's gotten a bit better and improved his price. I don't know. Fuck, I'm holding him.
Yeah.
Cats will probably end up buying him in 2 weeks' time, and fuck it, he'll come out and get a fucking 75, and I'll fucking put my fist through the wall.
He is a weak fullback that plays round 12, so he is somewhat eyeing off.
But he's not in my starting team anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't
He's lost
think he's a
100k already. It's nuts.
I don't think he's a
Yeah,
sell.
I've lost every cent of that. Yeah, and trading him out now, now fucking doesn't get that back. Fuck, this is giving me fucking flashbacks to fucking Hopgood last year, though. Fuck me. It's so fucking similar.
I think
The only way it can be any more similar is if he fucking gets moved to hooker.
that does his ACL. Look, I think.
Well, I do think he's a hold for that reason. Fucking
I think he'll come back, mate.
fuck, it's a sad hold though.
Not ideal. One more in the Bulldogs players before we just finish up on another Eels player I want to touch on. So for the Bulldogs, I have a couple of friends that I really need people to talk. They want to fucking buy Inari Tuala.
Name them.
Fucking no, they only have real
Name
names.
them right now.
Name
them right now. Full names. Go.
Ruben, mate. Ruben, you fucking dipshit. You do
What's
not
Ruben's
need
last
Inari. I'm not dropping. Oh, and his address. I'll drop his credit card number as well. CBC.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Expiry date.
No, he wants fucking Tuala because he's averaging fucking 50
Yeah.
for 4 games. Missed the boat. He's having a purple patch period. He's not going to put this up consistently. He's played centre before and put up fucking 18 and 80 minutes before.
Just wait. Yeah, like you're not going to do anything in fantasy just jumping on late on every fucking ship that's already sailed. What a waste of time.
Absolutely. One just last player I want to discuss. I don't think he's really that interesting an option. Is Luca Moretti. Oh, he's cheap. He's in the middle. We don't have any middles.
Yeah, but he's a 20-minute guy that's always been a 20-minute guy.
Yeah. Well, they're really down on numbers though. Like Jack Williams has had to move into the edge to cover. I don't know how long he has. I don't think he's a good option though.
Yeah. No. Jack DeFellon's there on the bench, mate. He can put out decent minutes. Like
I can't believe JDB's finally got himself into the team. All it took was the entirety of the Eels team to be out.
he reminds me of fucking Madison, bro. He just in the shadow realm, just not playing.
Wait, isn't Madison still at this club?
He is still at this club, yes.
They've moved Jack Williams to edge, and Madison still can't crack the side.
Yeah. Who wins this game, fellas?
Dogs.
Dogs.
I hate it, but dogs.
Dogs. All right. Thanks for listening. Any last words, Eddie? I know you're late, mate, and sorry for that. I think we fucked up our time schedule a little bit there.
Yeah, I think that you thought it was an hour fucking later in New Zealand than it actually is. It's 9:09 right now.
Yeah. You're going to be 2.5 hours in front of me. I just got to remember that once I get back to the NT.
Good news is that makes it easier to time things actually, so you guys don't have to rush as much for no reason.
Yeah. Any
yeah, fucking Austin's still last and Butters is still gay.
Yeah, nice. Fuck Austin.
Really? Fuck the AFG. Get fucked, amateurs. That's all I got to say.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next week.
Cheers, fucking boys.